Today we're talking about marriage and stuff, and I know that this topic may not be the most relevant for you at the moment, but time flies, and one day you're gonna find yourself being a mother of some nasty kids. And yeah, that's why I decided to make this lesson today. And also, I am totally engrossed in Desperate Housewives. To be honest, I just can't stop really. Yeah, I watched the whole first season already, and it's been only 2 days. So yeah, I'm having lots of fun actually. Okay, so um, yeah, here we are. This is the word that I was talking about, pitfall. And yep, I decided to include it as the revision for our like previous lessons. So, what are some pitfalls? What are some potential marriage pitfalls? So, okay, let it be nice, because as far as I know, your friends may be getting married, these days, or
I'm that old, right?
I'm sorry, my
That's
bad.
all right. Right, that's all right. So, what are some potential marriage pitfalls? Oh, so yes, I have this couple. They're my friends, and they have been together for 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
They started from long distance relationship, and once they got married, they started living together. So
Mm-hmm.
only when they got married, and the thing is right now I look at them and they're totally two different people. Like she's so, I don't know, happy, she's so active, I guess, yes, and he's so toxic. It's more from my perspective, of course,
Mm-hmm.
perspective, but still they're two different. And sometimes she's my best friend, he's just a friend, and sometimes she told me, oh, maybe some other couples have another relationship. It's really interesting to see. So I think the pitfall can be, first of all, it can be when you start comparing your marriage with another marriage and with
Mm-hmm.
another people. And maybe it's just not about comparison, but it's
Mm-hmm.
something connected with like what about how to say this, like they're curious about different types of relationships, I guess, because they
Mm-hmm.
understand and realize that there is for the rest of their lives. I
Mm-hmm.
think there is a huge pitfall. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. I mean, uh, there are some problems in every marriage that you can possibly find, and yeah, I'm so convinced because I watched Desperate Housewives again, and every marriage has its own secrets and so on and so forth. But yeah, when you start comparing your marriage to the picture of other people's marriages, yeah, because this the grass is greener on the other side. Yeah. And yeah, when you just start comparing, it just becomes this vicious cycle of jealousy, of toxic behaviors. So yeah, you gotta solve those issues like personally with heart-to-heart conversations, and not just by, I don't know, doing some irrational stuff for sure. Okay, so Varia, do you have any additions?
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
uh, Actually, I've got some ideas about it. I think, for example, that my relationships can be broken because of one thing, um, because of different um, value differences.
Mhm,
And here I would like to talk about that. Some people would like to build their career, and others would like to have a great family. And maybe my boyfriend would like to, have a great career. And actually, I'm a little afraid of, is it actually going to work or not? Because I'd like to work, but uh, I'm not actually going to work, so much that there isn't any time for my family. So I think that it can be a pitfall
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, for example, my aunt, she works almost, I don't know, 12 hours almost every day. Yeah, she doesn't have any weekends, and mm, yeah, and her husband doing all the household chores, and I don't know. I would like, to have a family and to work, and for me, it is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that some people actually would like to build their career so much, so
Yep.
different values, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess that's kind of good that your husband is so like career oriented because he gotta be a provider for the family. And you are a teacher and you just can have some online lessons and it should not be a problem. So I hope it will work out. Okay.
Yeah,
So
me too.
then I've got such an interesting question for you. So, whom should you marry? A lifelong friend or a romantic partner? Dasha, what do you think?
I don't know. There is no such answer that you should marry. I would say, but in general, I wanted to say that I'm not into this topic, so I think today I will not talk a lot because I just have no thoughts and I don't know really what to say. But uh, especially, I don't know what to answer this question because. If it of course depends on your feelings and if
Hmm.
I don't know if your lifelong friend is really I don't know you just feel that you are ready to be with him and you're ready to be married and ready to be a couple. Yes, I don't know why not if you are both want this, but I don't know if you are just want to stay friend. That of course not. But the advantage of such marriage is that you just know about this person like almost everything, and
Hmm.
maybe this is like maybe I don't know a good. Good, yes, but I don't know what to say. It's really hard question, but it's can be also about romantic partner because also if you understand that it's your person, it's you have those heart-to-heart conversations, yes, and you are like you are perfect match for each other. I don't know,
Hmm.
then also you should marry too. So it's kind of I don't know weird question for me to be honest. I
Hmm.
don't know really what to say.
First of all, when it comes to topics, we're gonna have some diversity here, guys. Well, I love talking about business. I love talking about education, but yeah, we're gonna have some like new words and new topics so that you can talk about almost everything. So, first of all, I gotta say that you're such a good piece of vocabulary, a perfect match for each other. Yeah, that was really good. And as for this question, that's just the choice between the person who's really reliable, who you are really intimate with, and the person who gives you those butterflies in your stomach. So, yeah, that's the essence of the question, basically. So, Vera.
Well, so I would rather choose the former. Yes, another time I used that thing. So I don't know. I mean, I'm a little bit into minds because regarding the second one, I saw in some films and I saw some stories that actually, oh my God, the first one, not the second one, that people can perceive each other as friends, not like as partners,
Mm-hmm.
even if they have relationships. But I'm not sure if it is true. But as I've never tested, so I don't know actually. So I think it is better to marry friend not really, yeah, marry a friend, a lifelong friend, because you absolutely see eye to eye each other, and you absolutely have similar values. You know each other inside out, and I guess those are key elements of cool marriage. So I guess it is better actually, but I don't know. Maybe they really perceive each other as friends, but I don't know if both partners are not against having like a marriage and they are lifelong
Perhaps.
friends. Yeah, perhaps. I don't know. But still, I think the first one is way better, as for me.
Yeah, first of all, great idiom choice, knowing each other inside out. That was good. Well done, Vera, and without such a thing as well.
I would like to eliminate such signs as this. I would like to use some idioms naturally, actually, without this. So it
Okay.
may be better, actually.
Yeah,
So
good idea.
I'll stop doing that. Yeah? Okay.
Okay, so I kind of agree with you. Like, friends are really reliable, first of all, and you may not, again, be so excited about this person, but I guess, intimacy and reliability are the key elements of a happily, family life. So happy family life, I'm sorry. And yep, I guess I would also go with this option. Okay, let's talk about unconditional love. And I really love this question because I've read a book a year ago, I guess, about love. Obviously, the name of the book was The Art of Loving by Eric Fromm. And from that time, I'm now really like passionate about this topic, and I can talk about love like endlessly because this book has some really good ideas. So, unconditional love is when you love this person and you don't expect anything in return, right? You can love your child unconditionally. And my question to you, is unconditional love really possible when it comes to marriage? Can you love another person unconditionally without any expectations? Masha, this one is yours.
Yeah. um, well, I think everything is possible. So maybe it could be a person, okay, two people that will love
Each
unconditional.
other.
Yeah, will love each other without any conditions, without any expectations. But honestly, I don't think that it's possible. Uh, okay, uh, I don't know anything about love, really. Uh, so, um, um, well, I think it's really possible.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because just because of films, movies, I don't know, cartoons, maybe, and if people can create some love in
Mm-hmm.
this, in their books or movies, I think it can be possible. So maybe yes, but in our world, it's really like difficult to
Mm-hmm.
find a person that will love you, or you will love him or her without like any conditions really.
Mm-hmm. And
Because
mm-hmm.
um we have different views, and it's really hard to find a person that um like your view and his or her view will
Match.
uh, match. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, This really hard because everyone has different religious beliefs. Because well, religion can also be a problem when it comes to marriage. Because people of different religions can just fall in love with each other, but after some time they just realize that they are like, you know, they are so different on the inside that this thing isn't gonna work. So yeah, like it's really different nowadays for sure. Okay, so I love this one. So, what are some relationship deal breakers for you? I really love this word, deal breaker. That's one of my favorites. I actually added this one after I sent you the link yesterday, so you may not be really familiar with this one. So, deal breaker is so something that can make you end this relationship. Yeah, maybe some problem or some value that your partner has, or maybe some detail of his past as well, you know? So, yeah, that's the one for Nastya. What are some deal breakers for you?
Yeah, I just wrote it down. It's really great phrase. Okay, I have been in a 6 years relationship recently. And I could say that the most deal breaker for me is when you are in codependent relationship.
Mm.
So when someone wants to rely on someone else, no, when someone would like to take to give a responsibility for for their life to another partner. I think it's the most dangerous thing that can ever happen. I don't want to break someone's expectations about a future relationship, but I
Yeah.
could say that I think every person needs to improve themselves. Yes, themselves without, I don't know, without this expectation that this another partner can actually live your life instead of you. But I think it's not about this question, and I just cannot think of anything else right now. Deal breaker, like on the base, I think you need to have the same points of view. I mean, for
Mm-hmm.
this world, like for example, if I don't like my government and would like to relocate to another country, and my future partner would definitely love Putin, I'm not sure that we can be in great relationship, because like every topic, I don't know, it's just my opinion. I think partners need to be really really the same, I guess, because I don't believe in the thing like противоположности притягиваются. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
this phrase. So I don't really believe in it. So that's my point. The same points of view and no codependent relationship.
Yeah, I've got just one vocabulary suggestion. You can say that I want my partner and me to be on the same page. Yeah, it's like
Ah,
that's a good one.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like definitely. First of all, have you read the book Codependent No More? На русском это «Спасатель и спасаться». No, that's like a really famous book that's actually a
Yep.
bestseller about codependency. And yeah, I guess we're all codependent to some extent because, as we discussed in the previous lesson, we're all traumatized, you know, somehow. So yeah, but yeah, like this person, I mean, your partner should realize that he's the only person who's responsible for his life. And when he's like blaming you for every single mistake that he makes, that's a deal breaker for sure. Of course, like it is absolutely appropriate for this question. Yeah, because if your partner is really, I would say, capricious, if he's impulsive, you know, it's basically those are the signs of codependency. And those things are deal breakers for me as well. And as for similar points of view, definitely if he likes Putin, yeah, he's not my type. I can say like that. But yeah, let's not talk about politics out here. And yeah, I guess I want to ask Vara as well about the same thing, about some relationship deal breakers.
Do you know, is it possible to send a picture here?
You can.
I've got really a great scheme of codependent relationship, and actually in a healthy relationship we are still uh, зависим,
Dependent.
depend on our partner, and that's okay.
Hmm.
But it depends on
If you want to
Because
send some pictures, you can send them to our Telegram chats, and I can.
yeah, fine, okay. So actually, I already answered this question about deal
Hmm.
breaker in my relationship.
Hmm.
I think it can be a word for my boyfriend. Yeah. I don't have any other doubts about us.
Hmm. Yeah, but okay, let's look at the big picture. Like, I know it's hard to imagine that you're not having any boyfriends at the moment, but imagine that you are, a free lady without any obligations, and you are searching for your potential partner, and you kind of select, all the partners, all the guys out there. So, what are some aspects of their personality that could potentially scare you? I mean, okay.
Mm. um, Maybe if it's like abusive guy, I'm
Yeah.
really scared of these guys. Yeah, I would like kind and so on. Understanding.
Yeah,
It's
like,
like I think like everyone. Yeah. Oh, for me, it's crucially important, by the way, because my dad was quite like abuser,
mm-hmm,
and now I pay a lot attention for communication, supporting. It's important for me now. What
mm-hmm,
else? I don't know, understanding and um, actually, I think we should got some uh, general like interests and some different interests, because if you know everything about your partner, it's going to be like boring. So I think it should be like in a balance, and
mm-hmm,
for me it's like ideal relationships.
mm-hmm. Ideal. Yeah, the pronunciation is
Ideal.
simple. Mm-hmm.
Ideal.
Well, yep, I get you. And when you were talking about the fact that you wanna your guide to be nice and kind and so on and so forth, I just thought of the word. This is slang word that was really popular on TikTok. Yes, 2 years ago, like the boy with golden retriever energy. Have you like seen this expression? No.
No.
Golden retriever boy. Like golden retriever is this really good looking dog, so to speak. And golden retriever boys, they are so nice, they are kind, they are well mannered, they are really calm, really collected. So yeah, that's also my type. Okay, so um yeah, let's talk about crossing the line. So let it be. I want to ask Dasha, but I want to choose the question that will match your background knowledge. Okay, so let's pick this one.
Yes, I just wanted to say that I don't know like anything about marriage, so I just don't know what to answer you about that question that you wanted to ask me.
Okay, so
I don't know.
um, okay, let's pick this one. Okay, let's do this one. Why should you still have your friend circle distinct from your spouse? Like, some people, when they get into the relationship, they just forget about their friends, and the only person that exists in their little world is their romantic partner. Yep, I can see there's disapproval. So, yeah, usually they want to spend all their time with this person and they just literally forget about their friends. So, why should you not do that, Dasha? Why should you still have friends when you are in a serious relationship? Do you have any idea?
I actually, my friend, she, okay, yes, she had also a friend with, and she was in such situation when just her friend forget about her because she has a boyfriend now, and I guess that you just start to be addicted to your partner, and I don't know, and yes, you just start to be, and when, for example, you will understand that you are not going to be together, yes, and you just will be alone in the end, and you will not have any, shoulder to cry on, and everything will be even worse than it could be, yes. And yes, this I also against this relationship, like Nasty mentioned, when you just addicted to your partner, because
Mhm.
we need to be responsible for our life, for our like doings, and of like not doings, how to say it, for what we do, yes. And
Mhm.
if you just only rely on your partner, it's not okay. And when you have this world, when there is only your partner, it's definitely not okay, because I don't know, you just don't maybe see things like reality. You just get rid of reality, I would say,
Mhm. Don't see things realistically. Yeah.
realistically, yes.
Yeah, that's the word. Like, definitely. And it is really painful for your friend to be abandoned for some random guy. It's like really painful. So, yeah, like, yeah, you can become addicted to your partner for sure, and you can get in trouble if this person is abusive because you won't have a shoulder to cry on. It was such a cool idiom. I loved it. So, yeah, and like, if you have a healthy life and a healthy balance, in your life, usually you have your family, you have your friends, and even if you like, you can have like different companies, and you like have different people who you can rely on, and that's really healthy because one person cannot provide you with everything. Yeah, and if it is his responsibility, then it's really unhealthy for sure. Okay, so let's get back to this one. Vera, what is crossing the line for a married guy?
Can you give me any hints?
Oh, yeah, it's like cheating, abusive behavior, violence. So, what can be considered crossing the line for a married guy?
I guess full control, but
Mm-hmm.
it is included into abusive behavior. But generally, abusive behavior is not acceptable at all. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Um, I don't. Also, I saw on TikTok, those videos like red flags,
Yeah.
green flags, red flag. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit ill. And there was a thing about like treating some waitresses. If a person treats a waitress really badly, then it is like a red flag.
Mhm.
And I can really relate to this. Actually, yes, because it is like the first stage where you can identify an abuser, as I think, because I guess good manners
Mhm.
is a really key element. And also, I guess, adequate, just a little bit of it. uh, I don't mean like um, being super cool in that, but just a little bit of etiquette. etiquette may be really cool. Let me think about something else. But I don't know. Two main the main oh my god, two main red flags for me are actually abusive signs and some things with waitresses. What is wrong with me today? Actually, I should brag a little bit. Like I was learning those words for like 20 minutes. That's a lot. Yeah, so that is the first time. That is the longest period I've ever learned words.
But we all know that you are a really diligent student, Vera. So we're not really surprised. And I've got some additional questions for you. So, is your future husband allowed to have female friends? What is your attitude to this question?
I guess yes, but well, of course, yes. But it all depends on like relationships between them, because they might be like ex boyfriend and girlfriend, yeah, exes, and they just became simply best friends, bosom friends after their relationships. And I'm not sure if it won't bother me. But if I also have really close relationships with that girl, so I'm not sure if it will be a big problem, because I guess that my husband should also have his own like life, which is not really fully connected with me, because I don't want to be a universe of that person. Like he should have his own like areas of life, his own interests. Yeah.
Yep, there you passed the test. You're not an abuser.
Yeah.
The last question that I've got for you is, why do some girls tolerate abusive behavior? Like we've got this really cool word, tolerate. Yep, tolerate abusive behavior is like they put up with such behavior. Yep, why do they do this?
Maybe, well, in some cases, they are maybe financially dependent on that person. Because I know that, like, especially in our like Russian families, women earn just, I don't know, 1,000 rubles a month, and but at the same time, her husband earns like a lot, and they have like a couple of children, and she simply cannot break up. So yeah, in this case, yes. And sometimes, like I watched Big Small Lie, and I don't know, have you ever watched that series? It is such a worthwhile series, like really, I love it. And there was an abusive family, so they also had kids, but she had a pretty good job, as I remember, and she earned well quite a lot, but she was still into that really abusive relationship. And I don't know, I guess, well, in most of the cases, people are codependent. So it is not really as if, well, it is always like going from the husband, but still, I don't really know. I cannot really get the point. But my friend also told me that her neighbors had some problems, and that girl was abused by her husband, and she actually let her go, but she was trying to get inside the flat just to get her Apple Watch back. But like 30 minutes ago, he was shouting at her. He actually abused her physically, and he had blood under her nose. She had blood under her nose, and she was like, I don't know, it was so weird. And she like told me that, and he had like even a knife in his hand, but she still wanted to get her Apple Watch back. So I guess from that time, I realized that maybe it is not always the case of like a man, because sometimes even like girls can be dependent on that relationship. So yeah, it is not always like, well, it is always the fault of a man, like of an abuser, but sometimes like they are let go, but they don't even want to do that.
Yeah, and first of all, yes, I'm just a gossip out here. Yeah, I'm just a gossip is another collocation that we had. And I've read an article, I guess, a year ago about the fact that we cannot take away this tiny bit of responsibility from the victim of abuse. Yeah, it means that the victim is responsible for his or her decisions as well. And it's always a choice to leave this partner, to just, leave this relationship, to quit it. But sometimes they just forget about this tiny bit of responsibility, and they just think that, oh, I'm a victim, I can do nothing, while in fact they can do something about it. So yeah. Those are some great ideas that you have, Yara. Yep.
I recommend you all to watch Big Small Lie. It is such a cool series, like actually really cool one. I watched it with my mom.
Nice.
We fully recommend it. Yeah, I watch all the series with my mom.
So cute. Okay, so yep, definitely. Now it is on my must-watch list. Okay, so let's talk about this one, Masha. This one is yours. I hope that you got some ideas. So, what to do when you and your spouse have drifted apart? Yeah, you didn't have this one on your Quizlet list. Yeah, that's the one that we had when we were talking about friendship, I guess, a month ago or so. So to drift apart is when initially you had some mutual interests, but as time goes by, your interests started to maybe separate, and now you don't have a lot in common. So you kind of drifted apart. We can also apply this phrasal verb when we talk about gosh, maybe friendship. Yep, so when I moved to Moscow, my friends and I drifted apart and we don't keep in touch anymore. So Masha, what to do when you and your spouse have drifted apart? This sigh.
um, um,
Okay, so imagine that you met a guy, you fell in love, and you think of him as the best person in the entire world. Yep, and you want to spend the rest of your life with him. Yep, and you have lots of things in common. You have like mutual hobbies, mutual interests, similar points of view, and all the things in this life. But 20 years later, he comes to you and says that he actually loves Putin. So what would you do? That's a plot twist.
say bye-bye.
But that's not that simple. You have a history,
Yeah. To have something to talk that you can share to your kids, or or like
Yeah,
I don't
bye-bye and take your kids with you.
yeah.
Right?
I think you should talk with this person and understand his or her position, his or her view in this situation, and if she or he like just doesn't understand the situation that that you have, so maybe you should just say bye-bye, because it's not your person, and uh, um, he doesn't just understand you, and um um wait.
Take your time.
And maybe even after like months he wouldn't understand you again, and maybe at this
at this point you should just say bye-bye to this person. But if he understands you, you should think what to do and just um ex- explain explain your feelings, emotions, to understand this person, and to this person you should explain your feelings, that to him understand your feelings. So, and maybe you have just decision that will work for you, and I don't know. You will be lucky.
Yep. Marriage is all about compromise for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So, yeah, but I guess it's really terrifying to wake up next to a stranger one day because you actually love this person. You've got this amazing history. You've got this life that you spent together. You've got some kids, and you just realize that you're not on the same page anymore. That's my fear, I guess. Because I cannot that easily abandon this person, right? Because you may have some friends from your childhood. You may not have like really similar interests at that moment, but you still love them and you still don't want to lose touch with them. And you just, you know, artificially try to stay in contact with them. But yeah, I don't know. That's an unanswered question for me, I guess, when it comes to life. So yeah, we'll see. Masha says. Okay, so uh let's yeah, answer yeah, there's two questions about whirlwind romance. So are whirlwind romances destined to fail, Nesta? Yeah, sure.
No, I translated it like one.
Yeah, we had this fun.
Rewind romances this destined to fail.
Destined to fail,
Destined.
destined.
Got it. Like, I got it. I think no, not in all cases. Um, I can just see from my perspective. I studied for example, ex relationship from I think this case of romances, like from worldwide. Will how to pronounce it actually?
Whirlwinds romance. Yeah, romance. The stress is on the second syllable. Romance, whirlwinds romance.
Whirlwind romance. Yeah. So we started with this, and it was great. And even though in like 3 or 4 years we didn't lose it, I guess. So it's not necessary when you start your relationships with spark. It doesn't mean that you will occasionally end it. So I'm not sure. So one case.
Yep. And when we say whirlwind romance, we usually imply that things are moving way too fast. And why is it so important to take things slow when it comes to dating?
I'm sure that it's not important at all. Actually,
Okay.
my therapist told me that we just need to do what our heart wants, or our body, or what our body needs to do from us. We are all traumatized, and from the childhood, our parents, I guess, from I don't know, like my parents are from 90s, like and earlier, and I didn't have enough satisfaction from my desires, for example. So I did some things that my parents wanted me to do. And now I think we're in that period of time when we need to satisfy our own needs, cover our needs. And in this case, if you both would like to like move on and not move on, go fast. I think
Take
it's not
things
a
fast.
problem. Not.
Yeah, and when you said that your parents are from the 90s, for some time I was like, are they 27 now?
No, I'm sorry.
I got it.
Sorry. Yeah, you got
Yeah. Was just a misunderstanding. So yeah, it just depends on the type of person you are for sure, because I know for some people it's really important to take things slow because they want to get to know this person on a deeper level, maybe. Okay. Yeah, you choose passion. I can see.
We just don't have enough time, I guess. We're
Yeah, life
dying.
is short, for sure.
Yeah, life.
Yeah, you are a yellow girl. Yep, I saw this video on some random YouTube video. Yellow, yellow guy. It's like you only live once type of person. Yellow. Okay, so uh yep, and the last one is about having some heart-to-heart conversations with your husbands or just boyfriends about your exes, betrayals, and family traumas. Should you do that, Varia?
Oh, actually, I really adore heart-to-heart conversation and chats. But I'm not so sure about access. It's kind of, um, sometimes it can hurt, and sometimes it can be, not so comfortable, maybe. But about friends' betrayals and such family's traumas, we talk all the time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's quite important to
Mm-hmm.
have, um, you know, um,
Intimacy. Yep.
uh, root for.
Root
Um,
4 is a different one. I would say intimacy. Root 4 is like I root for this kid, yeah, so I support him in a different situation. That's a phrasal verb. And you can say intimacy is important, yeah, when you can share all deepest, the deepest and darkest secrets with this person. I made a
I would,
typo. Uh-huh.
I would like to say that it's important to support each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, to root for each other.
It's
Nice.
important to root for, yeah, each other. Yeah, I get how to use this video. Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's
as
all I
for
think.
this phrasal verb, that's important to mention that usually when we're talking about some sports games or some team maybe activities, yeah, we say I root for this person. You can say that, yeah, marriage to the team, you have to root for your husband to win. You have to support this person in some competition or some difficult situation, as you mentioned. That's like not exactly a phrasal verb, that's like an idiom because it has sort of a figurative meaning, but yeah, you used it correctly. Just an important addition.
You know, I also noticed one interesting thing that so mainly now I am on vacation and my boyfriend on vacation too, but it's really like difficult to find, some time for a heart-to-heart conversation because I don't know, I'm all the time doing something, he maybe too, and that's why I so appreciate psychologists because it's a whole hour for you and you can talk heart to heart. Yeah, and actually, maybe it's complicated to find a person who really ready to listen to you because my friend now mm, uh, he had a divorce not recently and he's gotten depression and it's a really I think it's a
Hmm.
really uh, yeah good job to listen to support because it's like really what friends do, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would say she went through a divorce. Yeah, it just sounds more naturally. Okay, so
Okay, he went through divorce.
yeah, I know. So, yeah, I mean, not all people are good listeners, and that's the problem. And sometimes you just really want to be heard, but no one listens to you. So yeah. Okay, so Vera, go ahead.
I have a small question for you, like, and what is wrong actually with uh, talk with a conversation about access. Like, is it the same as like if a person knows better and he sleeps better, or what is like the case? Because I'm not a proficient again in this topic, but like as I understand, it is. It is like healthy to talk about your past times, and if a person then reminds you of your, oh, you had an ex, and oh, you talked about him, you mentioned him that time and that time, I guess that is a red flag, a real red flag. So I guess through this conversation we can understand the person better through his or her access. So I guess that type of conversation is again a crucial moment.
Yeah, there is such a thing that is called, if I'm not mistaken, retroactive jealousy, like that. When you are jealous of your partner's access, of your partner's past relationships, yeah, it is a psychological problem. And it may happen if you are insecure, and lots of people are insecure. Yeah, and they just think that, oh, this person was more beautiful, this person was just better, and that's why they get really jealous again, and they just think that their partner may have loved this person more, and it was a better match for him for some reason, or that for God's sake, this partner will get back, with his ex. Those are some really famous fears that girls can have. So yeah, you gotta work on your confidence to not have those fears. You gotta realize that you are the best thing that happened to this guy. And yeah, only after that you can talk about exes. So hope I answered
And I
the
have,
question.
I'm sorry,
Go
I have
ahead.
another question. Are there any alternatives of saying that Russian phrase, like if a person knows less, then he or she sleeps better? Are there like any
Honestly,
alternatives?
I think there are some alternatives, and but at that time I'm unaware. I can say like that. But yeah, do a research, and yeah, I can search for something while you are in the private room discussing family rifts. Yep. So you had an article about some family conflicts, and that's a really big topic. Yeah, because there are many reasons for family conflicts, there are many causes. And I want you to discuss, first of all, the causes of some deep family feuds, and the reasons of the reasons how we can solve them. Yep, not the reasons, gosh, what I was saying, the ways how we can solve them. Yep, I'm broken, I'm sorry. Okay, so uh yeah, you had an article about communication, about again deep conversations. Yep, so first of all we gotta discuss the causes, second of all we've gotta discuss the reasons. Gosh, why am I saying that? I don't know. Like, I'm really broken. Okay, the ways how we can solve them. Yep, I'm done. Finally. Okay, so the first room goes to, let it be. So Nastya, Vad, and Vera, they know something, and let it be. So yeah, the first room goes to Dasha, Nastya, and Vada, and the second one goes to Vera and Masha. Let it be like that. Okay, so best of luck, guys. See you soon. So, yep, I did a research, so you can say the less you know, the better you sleep. So, like, oh, blissful ignorance. Mm. Um, uh, let's you know, better sleep. There was also Russian books this prefer in its heading. There was also a Russian book that had this proverb on its heading. Oh, the blissful ignorance. There's another. Oh gosh, why am I recording that? So, welcome back, everyone. While you were there, I did a research about this. This idiom. The less you know, the better you sleep. So, yep, Yara, especially for you. First of all, there is an idiom. It's not an idiom. That's a maybe saying or a proverb. Ignorance is bliss, yeah. And I saw this expression once when I was reading a book, and there was something like, oh, the blissful ignorance, yep. So It's like when you don't know something and when you don't know about some troubles or some problems, yep, you are much happier. Also, there's the expression straight from the Bible. In much wisdom is much grief. It also, yep, kind of goods, I guess. So yeah, also I found the book, the Russian book that had this like I don't know, is it a proverb or is it an expression? Okay, let it be expression. So that also had this expression in the heading, and the translators just translated it the way it is. Yeah, the less you know, the better you sleep, or just the less you know, the better. So yeah, I would say like the less you know, the better is the most common option. But again, I've never heard of anyone saying that, so I'm not sure. But I gotta say that, yeah, like you have to translate it the way it is. I guess that's the best option. Or blissful ignorance is also pretty good. So I hope that's my answer to question. Okay, guys, how was the discussion? Come on. No volunteers. You're making me cry. Come on. So, Masha, how was the conversation about family feuds?
Um, well, we we talked about like our bad friendships.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of good experience because now we know that um how people can uh, behave to you, and we know uh their maybe thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
their uh behavior in society. They maybe they were talking about you with other people, and that's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and also um we talked about topic two. That was second. uh, um so we mm, uh,
Was
we
really fruitful, as I see.
no. Um we talked about that thought, like that people in when they're adult,
Mm-hmm.
they like um they are open to changes in their
Mm-hmm.
life, but also they are not no, not that open really,
Mm-hmm.
because um you live the whole life
Mm-hmm.
like on one type, and then you just when you're like 60 years old, you just, oh, let's go, I don't know, let's
Mm-hmm.
go to walk around the whole city, or let's go on Everest. I don't know, why not. So also we talked about family members a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. So that's it.
Okay, nice. So, yeah, we had a really fruitful discussion, as I mentioned, and I've got some suggestions for you in terms of vocabulary, because that's my job, kind of. Okay, so you said that you only live this life one time, and it's better to say you only live once. Yep, that's a fixed expression. I've mentioned it today because no one really says one time. Everyone says once. Yep, that's like once. Yeah, and
Okay.
also there is such a great I don't know, it's idiom. Yeah, such a great collocation. Okay, um, that I see really often, and we had it. Vera should remember. It was when we had a lesson about like personalities. We had go-getter, we had laid back, we had also set in their ways. So the person who's set in his ways is not really open to changes, yeah. And some adults are usually set in their ways, unfortunately, and they're not as open to new experiences. Vera, any comments?
I remember all of the words that you mentioned actually, so that means that the lesson was pretty productive actually. Yeah.
Oh my god, I feel so happy. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for your memory, Vera. Okay, so I guess it's time to wrap up because I'm having my next lesson in 15 minutes and I gotta prepare. So thanks a lot for coming again. I guess given that this topic was not really relevant for most of us, we still had some fun. Yeah, and I love that. So yeah, thanks a lot for coming. Have a nice week. Have a nice evening.
Thank
Love
you.
you. See you on. Oh my god, such a cool tradition. I love it.
Yeah.
Vera was the one who started it, for your information. Okay, so yeah, see you on Tuesday. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye.